What's happening? It's eclipse o'clock. What? And here we are, live again. So I thought I'd go live and do a reading because we're in between eclipses, and you know how I love me some eclipse medicine. And if you're new to me, I'm Val Crips. You're in the Valtopia sphere. Valtopia is my platform. I'm an artist. This is some of my art behind me. I'm an energy guide. I've been working with energy and certified in several different healing modalities and done breath work for 2 years and worked with hundreds of clients and live streamed with thousands of you over the years since 2015. And I love to share my alchemy and my energy during eclipse season because eclipses are really good for flipping and alchemizing energy. And you know what? That's what I do. So I wanted to notify a few people. I wonder if I can share this somehow while I'm live. Well, let's just dive into it and know that whoever's meant to see me live will come on live. And next time I'll do a little bit more notice for everyone. So if you haven't seen one of my readings before, I tune into the energy body, the collective energy, and then also individually. I'm already starting to get a bunch of throat chakra. And so, or chakra, throat energy kind of tight at the base here and opening up. So this eclipse energy, if you haven't been watching my YouTube or my TikToks or my whatever, not my YouTubes, my Instagrams, and I've been posting some videos here and there, it's felt like a little bit like a new moon, which is energy that shows you hidden subconscious energy. And so what that can feel like shit, really, because you feel things that you normally don't notice, or you've learned to adapt to, or you've learned to kind of ignore of yourself, and then that energy comes up for review. And you also, at the same time as you're feeling more powerfully your subconscious feelings, you also feel a disconnect from your higher vibrational good feelings. So you might feel disconnected from God or from your divinity or from your higher self. And that little mix of circumstances helps you to get to know parts of yourself that are normally hidden, buried, suppressed, overlaid. And the problem with that is if your feelings and your energy and your emotions are buried and overlaid and hidden, you may think that that's great. Like, no, they're out of sight, out of mind. But actually, that's like a juice inside of you. And whether you like it or not, it's going to create a circumstance in our life. And so if you have a deeply hidden fear of being abandoned, for example, and that's just lurking underneath the surface and you don't even think about it, and it's not even in your mind, but it's over there going, hey, I have a deep fear of abandonment. It comes through, or I have scarcity, or whatever the thing is, which everybody has stuff. Nobody is above anyone. We're all on our own journey and our own path, and these emotions, these expressions of our own beingness are part of our journey, and loving and owning it, your frequency, is the way through. And so be grateful for these times, these eclipses and things, these new moons, these transits that might feel uncomfortable, but that are actually here to help us grow and expand. So I'm going to tune into the energy. And I'm going to see what messages want to come through. And I'm going to do a little bit of light language too. So let's see if I can. Oh, there's a green screen. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Maybe it's better with the green screen. Let's see, what picture could I put behind there? Oh, there's no pictures in here. I'll have to play with that next time. Maybe it's better to have a green screen because then I pop. Who's here? Say hello. So tell me what you're feeling as you're rolling into this eclipse energy and what's coming up for you. And I'm going to pull some fuck yeah cards and see what energy wants to come through, and we can shift the energy together. How do you feel about that? So I'm going to do a little light language as I'm tuning in, and I'm looking forward to reading your comments and getting to know each of you as you join me. And I'm starting to feel energy coming in through my crown. Hi there, who's here? Say hello. I hope I'm not missing comments somehow. I don't even know where to see the comments. So energy's coming in through the crown, and we've already felt the throat energy. Whoa. And just take a deep breath with me. Have a moment for yourself. And take a deep breath in. Hold it and it's always a good time to take a breath, to have a moment, to connect to yourself. So the first card coming up is to release any shame. Release any shame that's coming up. First thing you got to do is notice if it's there. Who's been feeling some shame around something? Maybe you're working a side gig and you feel like you shouldn't have to work a side gig because you're so miraculously genius at what you do, and you should be getting highly paid and not having to work a side gig, but you got to take care of your family. Well, the next card coming up is the leap card. And I know I've been invited many times to take a leap and trust. And I know that when we trust and take the leap, that's when things move and that's when things happen. And our mind wants us to be safe and set everything up first and then go. And it never works like that. I know, because I've taken many leaps in my life. I've taken many risks. I've invested thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars into my education and working and traveling and doing all these things. And just like my clients, sometimes we have moments where we pause and breathe and acknowledge everything we've been through and where we want to go next. And it is easy to get stuck in a little bit of overthinking. So let's see what else comes through the message. Let me know if you resonate with this messaging. Ooh, that one came flying out. Yeah, we got to be so grateful for everything that we've already done and everything that's come through for us already. It can be really easy for the mind to hold on to, especially during eclipse energy. Yay! Hi, honey. I didn't know how to tag you. I'm so glad you're here. Yay! So, and feel free to share everywhere, and I'll tune in to everybody that's here live. So, you know, when we have gratitude for what we have, a lot of the work is redirecting our thoughts and our behaviors and changing bad habits. So thinking you don't have enough money or time, I learned that that's a bad habit. Even though it may seem really real, I know that when I was married and my kids were little and my ex-husband was trying to get me to do a bunch of stuff and I wanted to do what I wanted to do, I believed I had no time. And then I broke the timeline and got divorced and the time changed, right? I was able to do more of what I want. But it was moving through a tremendous amount of fear. Oh my God, so much fear. I had to take the leap, and I had to honor my resilience and trust myself. And I put everything on the line. I mean, year after year, I've been doing this for many years. And I had an ascension to where I went from nothing to thousands of dollars monthly for several years, and clients from changing their lives and people telling me every day how much I've changed their life. And then I got sick and I settled into a comfy zone. And I'm coming out of that comfy zone, and I have been for quite some time. And I still am always serving clients. I'm still always bringing through my medicine, my art, and I could be doing a lot more, right? Does anybody resonate with that? Thank you, my sisters. Who feels like you could be doing more, but at the moment, something about your nervous system and your body and your being is like, yeah, no, we're good right here, right as it is right now. And is this eclipse opening up for you? It's time to do some expansion, right? Who's ready for some expansion? Ooh, I saw this shadow illumination card. So I just got a ping in my chest and right here, if anybody resonates with that feeling. So I'm gonna do a little light language and we're gonna just explore. So the way I work is very exploratory and very in the moment, because I'm a feeler and I'm a transmitter of frequency and energy and alchemy. And so alchemy happens in the moment, right? You take something and it becomes something else. And so if you really, most of my clients are very, very sensitive, very highly aware. And learning to attune that deep awareness and honor your sensitivity and your strength and resilience and your power it's a balancing act. And so in the moment, I'm going to feel things, and then that's going to lead us on a journey to your energetic pathway in your body and being. And from that place, we'll be connected celestially into the earth, all the way through our central column of light and energy. And in that way, we will alchemize into something we weren't before we started. Are you in? Who's in? Say, I'm in. Oh, look at that. I love it. So I peeped the shadow illumination card, and then I kept shuffling, and then that's what flew out of the deck. So we know what messages are meant to come through. So we're going to do some shadow illumination with deep gratitude, and to see where that shadow is being opened up for us today in our body awareness, in our emotional awareness. And if you feel tingles or you feel energy running in your feet, if you feel emotion wanting to come up, like we're here together, and there you go, I'm clearing some of that energy. You might burp, you might cough, you might feel your throat activated. It is real. It might feel subtle. It might feel like a lot. And I will be happy to tune into each one of you that is open to that. I will always ask you first. So as we're talking, I'm starting to feel my heart chakra open in the left side here. So notice what's opening up for you. And I just want to thank our guides and our own highest selves. And I want to ask our highest self, do I have permission? Do I have permission today to tune into you and to tune in with you and to receive any higher messages, any deeply grounded messages and energy and frequency that opens us up to our leap into a more expanded version of ourself? And I got a yes. And you can put yes in the comments if you're open. And open meaning open to what I just said, to a mutual higher self-exploration in the best of intentions to explore what wants to open up, what wants to release, what wants to let go, what wants to move today. Yay. I love it. So as I've been talking now, I've been starting to feel my throat right here and my solar plexus. So there's a connection between the heart opening now and the, yay, Marissa's here, and the throat and the solar plexus opening and expanding. So let's do a little light language and open that up a little more. The whole pathway opening, strengthening your energetic cord, central nervous system, exit portals of palms of the hand, palms of the feet. Allora tamne shukurtani me wa kura. Alwa warne wa hawe kukui me wa waratati nimna nani waratata shuku kurunane wara. Wara we kura mani wa shukura kelele wara de me. Ariki we ne ma wa. Good. All this is opening up. Yay. So this chest is like, there's like a panel right there, a heavy panel that wants to open. And you might feel that opening and clearing open for you. And you might feel other things shifting open as that releases. Let it go if you feel safe and as you feel called. Who's ready? Hey, Cody, what up? Cody, I'm done working. Come over, we'll do some more alchemy stuff. We'll do a live stream. we're just moving energy today. We're doing this between eclipse energetic expansion. And who is ready to commit right here on this group chat today to a more expansive version of yourself that you maybe haven't let yourself see or know before, myself included, of course. Where are we ready to let go of shame of who we think we are right now and open up to a version of ourselves we can't even fathom yet because it's so much more expanded than our current version of ourselves? I am. And you know, when we awaken and clear the DNA and reset the DNA, different things happen. And I'm stubborn. Like, I have been stubborn. I have had many stories. I am a 6'2" emo generator. I'm a Virgo. I don't know, Saturn and Taurus, whatever. Cody could tell you about my chart. I can get sticky and hold on to things and say, well, but I already tried that. I've already done that. Like, I already did that and it didn't work like 50 times. I don't care, because the energy is never the same. And our mind is so strong and our beliefs are so powerful and our energetic body is so creative that if we hold on to our bad habit of knowing who we used to be and think that that's all we get, we'll keep getting it. But we have the ability in this amazing energy to say, yeah, fuck that. I'm shedding the skin. I'm letting that go. I've done it 100 times and it sucked, but you know what? This time it's going to be different. And it might just be a smidgen different because that's how stubborn we are and that's as much as we're willing to release our comfort zone. But we're going to focus on what does shift. And we're not going to focus on what showed up the same again. Because, you know, that's a given. I feel some heart opening here. Who feels the heart opening? Because it's kind of painful, right? I feel some pain coming up. Like, fuck. It's true. I've done this before and it's painful, but I'm willing to let something else happen. I'm willing, and I don't even know what can happen. And I admit that I didn't let it happen because what I didn't know was more scary than what I already knew. And I have a little bit of a kink with what I already know that kind of sucked. Who wants to admit that? I'll admit it. Oh my God, I sound like I smoke cigarettes or something. That's from being sick. And who got sick because we're clearing, right? Now, I love fairy energy. I paint a lot of fairies. And I also feel like my light language has a lot of fairy energy. And that's the elementals in the earth. A little bit of trickster, very playful, creative. So how can we be more playful? And, you know, I had last summer, a lot of manifestation guidance. And one of the things that I was doing was I had a list of 12 things that I would do for 5 minutes each that reminded me of when I was a kid. So, for example, I love to color. And I have a coloring book on Amazon. You can go get it. It's $8. I totally invite you. It's super galactic and galactivating. And when I color, that's the most meditative, relaxing, amazing experience. I love to color. And if I do 5 minutes of coloring a day, and then I do 5 minutes of jumping on the trampoline, and I do 5 minutes of playing guitar. I don't know how to play guitar, but I play scales and I'm learning. And I do 5 minutes of singing and toning and light language, and 5 minutes of dancing. Like, these are all, if I do all 12 of those every day, which is hard to do because, you know, that's like, you're supposed to stop and do it every hour, no matter where you are, which that was even harder to do, right? We're locked into our schedules. But that changed me so much. And when I really let myself do it, I changed my vibration a lot. So much so that I was magnetizing like men and things. And what happens to me, what's happened to me in the past, is when I start magnetizing, my nervous system and my inner child go, oh, hold on. This is too much. And then I like have a car accident, or I'd break something, or like walk into a cactus and get my arm filled with cactus, or lock myself out of my house, like things like that. Who can relate to that happening? And it's okay. We're energetic beings. And changing our energy can feel difficult because our mind wants to stay with what it knows, and we have bad habits. So let's set the intention that we're going to become aware of our own bad habits. And I don't even know if bad's a word. Our own non-elevated habits. Our own habits that don't bring us what we desire and that keep us comfy. We don't want to be a fossil. We want to be in the flow, expanding. So oh my gosh, look. I love it. You can't get away from the message, baby. So the cosmos is showing us all the time what we're meant to do, how we're meant to do it, and it's taking that direction and actually doing the things that feels the most challenging. And we will, taking the leap doesn't mean everything, and then everything lived happily ever after. Not necessarily, but did you move the energy? Did you change who you are? That's what we get to focus on. I changed. I moved the energy. I took the action step. I didn't stay the same. So I changed my frequency and I changed my vibration, and something else happened. And I know that in the last couple years of my journey, finding a coach that didn't make me feel like shit has been a challenge. Because it's like when you go to a gym and, you pick a trainer that kicks your ass. It may be brutal, but your ass is going to be fine because that guy or that gal is, got crack the whip and make you do all this hard stuff and yell at you when you eat the wrong thing. And I'm not up for that, but I seem to have attracted repeatedly mentors who really can't see me, and I appreciate it. They see me in a much more elevated, expanded state, and they can't quite believe where I've allowed myself to settle. And that's what everybody made me feel like when I was married to my ex-husband and tolerating a really uncomfortable situation and feeling like I had no power. They're like, no, I literally had to have people yell at me to get me out of there. And I don't ever want to yell at anybody. I'll be tough though. And I think that we got to be open to attracting energy that's going to tell us like it is, and that's going to move us so we don't stay stuck. And to accept tough love or a sign that feels painful and brings up our wounds but makes us change as a blessing, rather than settling for comfort zones and coddling. And it's uncomfortable, but it takes discomfort to grow and change. So this resonates. How much do we allow ourselves to settle, right? Like we want to be, a lot of times in spiritual community, we want to be loving and love and light, and we want to be blessed, and all that stuff is so important, right? Especially if a lot of people have been traumatized and their nervous system is so shot that tough love won't even work until you even know that you're safe, and you're not willing to open up to your gifts and your blessings and to move if you feel like you're going to get attacked. So there's a fine line between having a tough love, tough nut coach situation and just like going into freeze mode because they made you feel like an asshole. Who feels me on this, right? And I complain to Cody about, like, when we're riding around, and he'll be like, no, because we can see the highest version of each other, but inside of our own viewpoint, our brain and our inner child is stuck on some version of ourself that really isn't our highest self. So I'm going to do some light language now, and then we'll keep pulling cards, and then I'll tune into each one of you individually that wants it. And the intention of this scope, this diagnostic today, this YouTube stream, this moment we're having together, is to see where we're coddling ourselves. I'm going there because I need it for myself. I have been working, I've been doing my Uber deliveries. I love driving around in my car in LA. It's a blue sky out there. It's gorgeous. Even when it's raining, I get to run around and be in my own energy. People can ride around with me, and it's fun, and it's not a lot of pressure. Do you know what's a lot of pressure? Putting yourself out there every day and not getting what you asked for again and again. Learning new systems of technology to learn, which I've learned so much. I've done so much stuff. And I have 2 kids. I'm a single mom. I have to make a certain amount to pay my bills. And I am gone through perimenopause. So I've had a lot of circumstances that a person who isn't willing to hear that, like some of my coaches, like they're like, I don't care. Those are all just stories. Like, are you going to expand in your soul self or not? And personally, I've found a gap between this version of me and that version they see and their method. Like that's not working for me. So I'm gonna help myself by being radically vulnerable here on all of my streams. I've been sharing that I do Uber deliveries, but as Cody knows, like I'm too comfy with it. It works. I can go out there, I can make the money, but then my whole day is gone and I don't work in my business as much as I could. And I don't put myself out on the line. And I'm not committing to putting myself out on the line today, but what I'm asking and intending, and I want this for you too, and let me know if you want to join in this manifestation together, is for us to be willing in this eclipse energy to see where we're coddling ourselves and where we feel too comfortable and safe and where we can let go of that wound, that fear, okay? Because it's a lie. Say it with me. It's a lie. Because we are miraculous, expanded, soulful beings with so much power. And we are, all of us on this chat know and so much and have a tremendous power. And we're diverting ourselves because our nervous system and our kindness and our habits make it so. So I'm going to do some light language, and I want you to notice where you feel in your body attachment to your story and to your comfort zone and to your safety zone. And we're just going to notice it right now. We're not doing anything with it yet. Just going to notice it, okay? So take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it out as you feel called, and maybe make a sigh. And as you're letting it out, I want you to notice where you are from 0 to 10. Where 10 is out of your body, like I'm off the charts, I'm in pain, I'm freaked out, this talk is really intense, I'm scared to admit where I am. And 0 is like, I am neutral and clear and deactivated. I feel great. Okay? And you put it in the comments to really tell your mind, like, look, we're doing this. This is where we started and this is where we're gonna end. And as I do the light language, notice where you feel in your body, whatever's coming up for you today. Hallelujah, Marawa, Warini Maker to Kurihimaneku Shura Tatalale, Arnimo, Wow, Kurina, Rikukurari. So I'm starting to feel crown on the side, like the back of the head, which is the back of the third eye. So where in the past, you're like, for me, I'm aware of things that have happened, and that's where I'm holding on to some stuff. I'm not open, and I actually, in my human design, have open Anya and head, so that makes a lot of sense, right? I'm all defined in my lower chakras, but in my upper, it's open, and it's easy for me to kind of feel floaty and be influenced by other people's thoughts and to want to be guided there, right? So put in the comments where you are from 0 to 10. I'd say I'm at a 6 or 7. I feel in my solar plexus. Cody's feeling the crown and head. We need to hang out, Cody. We got to move this energy. Yeah, totally. And then there's like a big bubble, not a big, but a sort of a bubble forming in the chest. This is where we feel panic. And I mean, it feels like it's ready to burst. So it's not like oh, there's a panel there and it's going to take a lot of work. It's more like something that's ready to pop open. And that leads into the heart and into the ancestral. So there's some ancestral energy that we're clearing and opening today. Let me know how all this resonates for you. There we go. So what I'd love to do now that we've done a little exploration with the fuck yeah cards is to tune into my tarot deck, because the tarot will tell us where, confirm what we just talked about, the resistances that we're clearing and what direction we're heading into. Yeah, my crown is opening, third eye is opening. I'm feeling root and into the sacral. Ooh, that one went to flying. King of Cups. Okay. Wisdom, understanding, focus, and balance. We have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and water energy. Cody, can you write it in the comments? King of Cups. Another one come flying out. Queen of Swords. Right? Perceptive, clear minds, complexity, independent. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, air. So the Queen of Swords is telling you to make judgments without emotion, right? We're detaching from our emotion and allowing our wisdom to come through with responding rather than reacting, right? So I'll read the King of Cups 1, 2 in a sec. King of Cups, Queen of Swords. So you want to be compassionate, but you have to think with your head rather than your heart. So isn't that funny? I'm always saying, get out of your head and into your heart. But, don't lean too heavily on anyone. So I think the message for me as reading these cards is that, we look externally for so much, and we're being invited in an eclipse to tune inward and to trust ourselves. And that might look like going through some emotional, painful transformation and alchemy before we get to the place where we're like, oh, at the end of the day, I do have my own back. I do have myself. So how does that resonate for you guys? Let's read what the King of Cups says too. By the way, I'm so enjoying this. This is so fun. The King of Cups is telling you to use your emotions and impulses wisely and with equity. So both of these are telling us to, to notice our emotions. Where are our emotions guiding us that we're not being in a powerful process with our own inner wisdom, right? Balance your wants with the desires of others and show that you are the sensitive leader that everyone needs. Be mature with negative energies. I love it. So the energy has come to almost like a point right here in my chest. Almost like a little diamond forming. I love that, a crystalline diamond. So I'm called to do some toning with that. And it's tied into the solar plexus. So there's some boundary issues here. Where are we letting other people overrun us? Where are we giving away our power when there's not a need for that? Where are we outsourcing what really does come from within us, that we do know the answer, but we still don't trust ourselves? Damn, there's a lot of wisdom coming through today. Y'all are amazing. All right. Aye wa yere wa ware wa shikuran the mero tia wa ya hora wa. Quitting in manne, what a lily, what a dish, curtini manni, cucurtiki, shiki, cucurti, puri, haratikani, shikara. Good. So this is really tied into the heart. And there's a lot of protection there from ancestral patterns. Who resonates with that feeling? It can be really, what's the word I'm looking for? It can just be hard to want to let go when we feel, if I let go, I'm going to get, like maybe think of it, maybe that's a journal prompt. If I let go of this armor, what will happen? I was hoping you guys would put your numbers in, where you are from 0 to 10. What are you feeling? Cody put he's feeling the crown and head. Who's still here with me? All right, one last card from the tarot, and then I would love to tune in to as many of you as I can get to. All right, so we have the reverse 3 of Wands, obstacles, lack of foresight, and unexpected delays. So that's really part of this eclipse energy, right? We're in these retrogrades. Why are you, this is what we were just talking about. Why are you playing it safe? Stop holding back. Maybe you fell a bit short on some personal goals, and now you're afraid to take another step. Dust yourself off and get back at it, because these setbacks are an essential part of your growth. It's all part of the process, and you are indeed evolving. Be sure not to overcommit yourself. How amazing is that? That's exactly what we were talking about, right? Cody says he's a 7 or 8. Your head feels like it's going to pop, though. 6 or 7. Okay. Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. So if we were to reverse this card, our plans are in motion. Opportunities are headed our way, maximizing our potential. We have the chance to expand horizons through travel, study, or business. Reach beyond the comfort zone. Doors will open if we stop limiting ourselves. So, and then the card on top of that is the 8 of Pentacles. So how on point? How on point is this? Oh my goodness. Christy feels like an 8 now. Had a fun call with some wonderful ladies, but I had a reading that was transformative. I love it. I love it. I love our community. It's so powerful. So I'm going to pull a question card, and then whoever wants to go first, put me, and I will tune into you and see what message wants to come through just for you. And I'm starting to feel into my ear. Why am I aware? Why am I aware? Cody's first. I appreciate you, Cody. So I'm going to tune into Cody first and see what comes through. I've already felt your crown, and let's see what else we get. Money, do I have permission to tune in to your higher self? Horo taharini me haiki mane shukura lele wara ni ma ukora ti kala lele wara yimu shukuru turu turu tini ni ma ari ki kola la ni mushu ari tiki. Thank you. Look at this. The angels are inviting you to a reboot. So let me see where we feel energetically. Let me know when you feel me tuning in. Ramani waki wala lishu kuran hemar te tusha karenima lele wo shaki mashe kurutama wo wari kurale luru mishi karenima kuriki kukuriti shema wo kola lele woro nima kurutaneme wo tarana. It's almost like, is that Fatima? Feeling like a 6 now. My heart holds deep love to all of you. Oh, I love it. So Cody, woo, I just got dizzy. Cody, when I first tune in, I see like almost like, you know, these shears that you use when you're doing a gardening. And it was like, and then now I'm just like, when I'm yawning, it's just clearing these attachments that are ancestral, that, there we go. Do you feel that opening up? Oh my God. Just clearing. And it's like, opening up, like releasing any panic or attachment to fear around expressing your gifts, and really more so to connecting to the divine aspect of you, your crown, your head. And so I invite you to open up your crown right now with me. But let's get grounded first. So just feel that energy running in your feet, which I just feel now, of course, right before I said it. And let's just lock down into the core of the earth. Feel your root. Now my ears started ringing. Very tingly, yeah, totally. And then letting yourself just feel so grounded. And then put your hand on your heart. Open your heart. Open your heart. The aura is just clearing, your auric field and light bodies. Everything just clearing, clearing, clearing. And now open your third eye and your crown, so they don't have so much pressure. And almost like your back too, like your wings at your back. Open up, and that's why the angel card, open up the wings at your back and open up your crown and your third eye. It's like so much space up here that's just opening up. Good. That feels a lot better. How does that feel? Look at that, the illumination card. Okay, now your crown's starting to open. So, the dark night of the soul, that disconnection, is an invitation always to surrender. So anytime you feel like disconnected and like, I can't, my crown, I can't connect, it's like, no, I get to surrender more. I get to surrender more. And to feel gratitude, like, oh, this is the dark before the dawn. This is me expanding beyond my current version of myself and opening up to so much more. So I could bring it. What's coming next? And trusting that anything that we think we know, that we're trying to manipulate and control it, is so much less than what's beyond our current version of awareness of ourselves. So we let ourselves surrender and let something happen that we've never experienced before. There you go. There's the crown opening. I love it. I feel like, oh, and now I'm getting, this ear's blocking out, and this one, a lot of clairaudience coming in. Now, malo parteo what is ancestors korani mishi kololuro tanenima hurnani wala lukura hanami kukwai hasho tuchuru kuranane tanen wor halelu koni me wa kwakayi washiku kuranane allele wora tukima shikretenana. In your third eye. I feel that, but like many, I have a hard time trusting and surrendering. Yeah, you're so guided and supported, and you know what to do, is what they were saying. You know what to do. You have everything you need. So I'm thinking which deck to pull from now. I'm going to pull from the Compass deck. Ooh, hearing all just went out in my right ear. They're asking me to sit and look what comes in my mind's eye. This is like some past life that wants to connect with you. I'll tell you more about it when I see you in person, Cody. Yeah, this is totally what I was feeling earlier. Solar plexus and boundaries. Do you remember when I said that about 10 minutes ago? So when we're afraid to open up and open up to more cosmic direction, and we're creating the boundaries to protect ourselves and our solar plexus, that's where you can feel your lack of trust. Oh yeah, come on. Okay, yeah, come over. I can come get you in Culver City if you want. I gotta go take my kids something, and then I can come get you. So there's a whole message there about the solar plexus and boundaries and not feeling safe, so that, you know, like the whole time I was married, I didn't know anything about energy, and I felt like someone was stabbing me in my solar plexus all the time. It was really painful. And after I got divorced, I was in my own energy field, and then I was more and more in my own energy field and was learning about boundaries and everything. I stopped feeling that. And then, you know, something would come up with my ex-husband. We get in a fight. We don't fight anymore now, but and this doesn't ever happen now, but for like the first year after, I'd feel that stabbing when we would get into something, you know, an argument, or I felt like my boundaries were being crossed, and I would get so upset. It was all me, right? It was me, because he's going to be him. He's going to do what he does. But I learned to detach from his whatever he is or doing or his response, and to have a sense of clarity and openness in my own solar plexus, to where nobody could stab me in my solar plexus. Nobody could cross my boundary unless I want them to. And I didn't, it was just stopped happening. And so this relates to, see the crown starting to open here. So this relates to this, whatever this ancestral, whatever this past life death that you had, it protecting you from opening up more, and letting yourself have a better sense of strength in your solar plexus, and opening your heart and feeling that flow. That's where the answers are. So that's kind of like the touch in, right? For the YouTube version. Let me know how all that resonates. And these are the kind of things that, you know, I get into in sessions. And then we do a very deep energy modality that I love, that really clears out all these categories to where you just feel really neutral. And then we do breath flows to really embody the energy beyond, you know, to a new space, so that your nervous system can calibrate to higher frequency. So, hey, there she is. Yay, thank you. So, Cody, I'm going to pull out of tuning in with you for now. I'll see you soon. And if anybody else would like me to tune in, I could probably do one more today. And then we'll have to set up a plan and do another one. Or maybe I could do, if I do them briefly, I could maybe do two. But I have been running around all day, and my kids want me to come bring them something, so. And I have this amazing quiz that I'm supposed to be setting up for y'all for the sacral activation that's coming through on March 31st. The link is already there. You can already join, and you'll get access to the root reboot and all the vault and everything. And I really feel like this activation that I'm bringing through and the quiz is really exciting, and I just need to move through some technology and sit down and do it. So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. So who would love, anybody else want to tune in today? Or maybe we'll save it for next time? What do you think? So a lot of this energy right here, I'm still clearing. So where are you now from 0 to 10? After hanging out, doing some light language, let me know. Now these are my friend Oti. She's an amazing LA artist. These are one of her decks. She does a bunch of oracle decks. I used to use her cards every day, and so many people have bought her cards and art because I used to share them all the time live. I really wish I had a bunch of my own decks. It's one of my dreams. Yeah, we had this card twice today, letting go of shame. And 9, do you want me to tune in with you? Are you next? So who's feeling shame? And you don't have to put it in the comments, but do you resonate with shame? Shame is a really, it was one of the very first deep wounds that I had to work through. And shame is very cloying, like it's sticky. It's a very sticky wound because, you know, it really ties into our inner child and our ancestors, because shame has been such a way to, you know, keep us suppressed and to keep us from expressing ourselves. And we do it to ourselves. We do it to ourselves. So, and I realized one of the biggest shames I had was shame to receiving guidance. Like I should know better. And why should anybody have to tell me what to do? Cody doesn't feel like he has shame. Okay. Okay, sounds good. All right. Did you want me to tune in? Or I guess not if I can't interact with you. I'll do more of these. That's good, Cody, that you don't have shame. I think sometimes it can be very prevalent as a female. Sometimes it is a big thing, and especially as a mother. But it depends on also like how your upbringing. You know, I noticed that shaming was a real powerful tool that baby boomers, you know, I'm Gen X, so my parents really like to use shame as a method of instruction. And I can see that it was doubly worse for them from their parents. And when my boys were little, my eldest, my kids were hyper, and then they have the ADHD or whatever you want to call it. And I noticed my father really trying to shame, and my mom too, but they're very loving. I love my parents, but they're just doing what they've been trained to do. And they wanted to shame my son when he did something wrong. And I took him aside and I said, own what you did. Like what you did is not a great behavior, but don't feel shame. Like, go back in that room and you tell your grandma, I'm sorry, I really don't like what I did, and I'm apologizing. Like, own it, but don't let them shame you, because there's no point to it. It just reduces you to nothing, and it's better to, like, I'd rather have vulnerability, accountability, own your shit. Like, if you make a mistake or something happens, own it, but don't hide in shame. It doesn't serve anybody. It just keeps you out of flow, right? Who resonates with that? Religion, misbehaving against the norm. Yep, working on it every day. Yeah. So I do have this clearing. I think it used to be, it might still be on my link tree. I'll see on my Instagram when I have a link tree. And I used to have it up there for free because shame is where we start. Releasing shame, when you can begin to really detach from shame and own your frequency, which is my tagline, like own and love your frequency, then you really begin to let in so much more divine frequency, and you vibrate more resonant with your heart, and you connect and magnetize with more people that you want to. Shame just keeps us hidden. It keeps us vibrating low. It keeps us stuck in a place. And a lot of times guidance can make us feel shameful. And that's the first step. Like I was talking about earlier in the live stream, I have coaches and guides that are trying to help me see my higher self, and they're almost using shame. Like, that's how I'm feeling it. They may not see it that way, but I'm feeling it that way. Like, because I'm a Virgo. I'm like, oh, God, I should know better. I can't believe somebody had to tell me what to do. And my dad's an Aries, and he was always telling me what to do, and I hated it. I was always like, why don't you let me show you how great I am? Why do you always have to tell me? I think it's totally a Virgo thing. But shame just, it's a lot of energy at a low vibration. And if we're afraid to receive criticism or to be directed or to be told what to do, that maybe we, feel dumb, like, why didn't I know that? I think it's okay to just to look stupid and to feel vulnerable. Some of the people that are most endearing are the ones that say, hey, I fucked up. I made this mistake. I'm not proud of it. And I'm doing better now. Like, who doesn't love somebody who's willing to do that? Whereas the person that's like, no, I never make a mistake and I'm perfect and you're the asshole. Like, who likes that person, right? So take a look at yourself and see where you're shaming yourself and where you're not letting yourself be directed by God and by your higher self and by people reflected to you that you've created, fractals of you telling you, hey, you are a fucking miracle and you've settled and it's just not good enough for you. And I'm not ashamed of you. I love you and I want better for you. Damn, I like that message. I'm going to clip that out and tell myself that every day, right? I love this stream. You guys are bringing out so much for me today, for us. And I absolutely love it. I'm a generator. My content doesn't come by myself. It comes through your energy and engaging with me. And so thank you so much. This has been so much fun. Does anybody else want to be tuned into? Or should we just pull one more card for everybody? What do you think? Which deck should I use? Do we want a Sacred Rebel card? Do you guys know the Sacred Rebel deck? We also can have shame, like, thank you. We can have shame about, like, especially as women, like being sexual, our sexual energy. And that's what we're going to be exploring in my sacral reboot, because our womb is our creativity, is our connection to the divine. Our womb is a whole consciousness within itself. And if we have shame around our sexuality and our sexual energy and our creationary energy, we're just not tapping into the divine the way we could. That's what I believe. All right, we're going to do a Sacred Rebel card, see what she has to say. And if you guys want a session like this, my high vibers, please just, come to me. And I can't do any free sessions. I just simply don't have the time, but I can work with donations and we can get started. And then I also have this amazing class coming up. And if you're signed up into that class, I have slow pay plans where you can have a monthly pay plan and you get access to so many amazing transmissions that I've brought through based on the intention of the, experience that we're setting up. And I also have low cost things that you can do on your own. And I feel so blessed that I've trusted myself year after year to be an artist and a musician and a cosmic weirdo and bring through this stuff. I really feel like more people need to have these tools. I feel like they're so transformational and help us really be ourselves and remember who we are and love ourselves and magnetize what we truly desire. And I've had clients like make so much money. I've had clients fall in love with their soulmates. I've had people get pregnant. As I'm sure many of you who are practitioners are blessed to be gifted in letting the divine frequency come through us to open us up to so many blessings. And what is already with you? What is already with you? This is what we have today. I'm going to read from the guide. What is already with you? What number is that? 17. 17. Is it the 17th? No, was that yesterday? Yesterday was the 17th. I know I should have been doing this yesterday, St. Patrick's Day, right? What is already with you? You hold in your hand that which you seek. And he's got this I'll leave that up there, butterflies and hands. In other words, the pair of spectacles you've been rummaging around the house for are sitting on top of your head. what you are seeking, perhaps by exploring far and wide, is actually right under your nose. You may not like this idea. It's so much more wonderful to imagine there's something yet to find. Of course, there is unlimited creative potential and always something more that can be. Yet in this instance, it's important for you to know you already have what you need. Isn't that what I said to you, Cody? You already have what you need. That's what they said. That's what your ancestors told you. You already have everything you need. This is exactly the message that came through. I love it. Of course. Of course. I still get blown away every time, though. That doesn't mean it's the end of the story, although it does ask you to give up the fantasy. Isn't that what Leo King's been saying? To give up the fantasy that's a perfect solution lies in the future somewhere. Instead, it asks you to acknowledge that everything necessary for success is with you now. All you need to do is accept this and act with what you have available to you. This is good news. It's good news. This particular chapter has a happy ending in store. That ending will become real for you just as soon as you stop trying to skip forward to the next chapter. It's better to be completely present in the now. From here, the next phase will naturally happen without force on your part. It might not seem like you have much to start with. Perhaps you feel that all you have is a small, simple choice to make. Perhaps you have a song to begin, an email to send, a conversation to start, or a sketch to let loose. Wasn't I saying a little bit at a time? However small, it is enough to get the ball rolling. Don't make the mistake of believing that what you need is behind you, lies with another, or is yet to appear. You have all that you need to take the next step in your life, and from that, all else will flow. Didn't we get the flow card? And there's a sweetness to that. It's a small pleasure at first, but one from which greater pleasures can unfurl. This message is amplified if you've also drawn the oracle of every journey starts with a single step, which is, we were saying, one step at a time. This oracle comes with special guidance for you. You are more ready than you think you are. You are more prepared than you realize. You don't need an entire army of resources to move ahead. Although you may find that when you do move, many resources suddenly become apparent. All you need in this moment is just one sweet act of nourishment. That's enough to take you out of backward nostalgia or regret and forwards into what is awaiting you now. Be brave, dig deep within, and enjoy the sweet surrender. I love it. I love it. It makes me think of, I remember a couple years ago, I was talking with my niece, and she was saying how she wanted to be a DJ and do music, but she couldn't start until she had all this equipment and all this stuff. And I was like, no, you start now. Like, you start listening to the music you want to listen to, and you start developing yourself as a musician anyway. And you don't, like, what are you going to get all the equipment and not have trained on anything at all yet? Like, we always think, I got to have all this stuff in first to get going. And no, you don't. Take a step, one foot in front of the other. Move the fucking energy. That's what the message is. So hug yourself by wrapping your arms around your body. Can you summon love for yourself? Feel what comes up for you with this. Do you think it's silly and resist it? Can you soften and melt into it? Feel love for yourself. You're as deserving of love as anyone. Can you accept this love from yourself now? Feel your heartbeat in your chest and the flow of your breath. You're alive. You're connected to life, and you can trust in yourself, your own mind, your own body, your own breath. Just be with yourself and know that all is going to be okay. Reassure yourself that letting go of the past is as natural as the passing of the seasons of life. And when you're ready, stand up, open your arms wide, and hold them above your head for a moment. Imagine your heart and hands are open and shining out the beautiful light that is within you. Imagine the universe receiving it and saying yes to you. And if you're feeling cheeky and ready, send a big yes back to the universe and laugh. That's all. That's enough. You are enough. So be it. I love it. I love it so much. Yay. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. I'm still feeling a little a little lump in my chest and throat. And I would say collectively, we've gone from a 7 down to a 2 or a 3. How are you feeling now? It's also aligned. I love it. So I'm going to do a little light language to close this out and to thank our guides for coming in, to thank our higher selves, to thank us for showing up and for trusting that the intentions we set today, that we embody them. And that we release attachment to our stories and our excuses and our shame, and let that go. And to truly surrender, because our inner divine king and queen know so much more than this current version of us. And that we let ourselves go, we're just actually letting ourselves God. We're letting God come through us. We're letting the universe come through us. And we're not stuck in our little current version of ourselves that's like, must be like this. I'm going to settle because I'm scared. No, fuck that. Let it go. This intention, this group experience, no matter when you watch this video, is real and powerful. This eclipse energy is true. So take a deep breath into that. Mane kuri kira mane or chore tiki are hallelujah mare kuru tiki mane arne wala lor to kurnane hashikiri kiri manel lor to kurut wariki mane lor ni me washiki kura nane wala lor nani manesh hartiki wala waki manesh ashkiranum. Good. Take another deep breath in through your nose. But a little moment of gratitude. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. This is absolutely my pleasure. If you're down to a 0 or whatever number you are, put it in the comments. For your mind, for posterity, for others to see and come. And feel free to share this. I love sharing the alchemy. There we go. It's clearing. Well, we're back down to more of a 0-1. I love it. Well done. Well done, everybody. And I can't wait to come again. I'll come again soon. I'll see you soon, Cody. Yay, blissed out. That's exactly where we want to be, because we're all bliss activators, just from our own amazing bomb-ass inner divine energy. Woo! Let the divine energy reign. Thank you, guys. I feel super blissed out, too. I'm so grateful. So much fun. I can't wait till the next one. Okay, see you soon. See everybody soon. Love your frequency. You're the miracle. And now I always forget how I'm supposed to turn. Do I hit the X? Is that how I turn it off? Yay, so calm and happy. I love it. My pleasure. If I hit the X, it'll save, right? I'm going to try it. Yes, end. All right. See you guys soon.